Now, I know you're up here in Swindon today to support Parkinson's Awareness Week and the work that Dave's doing, but you're also up here as well because of hoping to become our MEP.
Yeah, so the European Parliament elections are actually the same day as I've been handing out leaflets on the local elections, 22nd of May. And the region I'm standing for is the Southwest and Gibraltar, which includes Swindon, Plymouth, Exeter, Christchurch, Newquay, Gibraltar. So I want to visit as many parts of the region as possible and look people in the eye and say, look, I understand the issues in your region, and I'll be in Europe, hopefully, if elected, battling on behalf of your region and Britain.
So what are the sort of questions you're getting on the doorstep here in Swindon about Europe and you standing for the European Parliament?
As well as the big question, even delivering the local election leaflets today, was when are we going to get the vote to have the choice? And the truth is, you only get that guaranteed choice if you vote Conservative. So it's in one way to answer, but at the same time you need to sort it out in 2015 at the general election to get the Conservatives back in with an overall majority, and also 2014 is not a time for a protest vote. It's a time to make sure we have a strong presence for people that are going to re-reform, renegotiate, and then have a referendum.
Of course, it's still very fresh in our news when we saw the Farage-Clegg debate last week. What was your take on that?
It was interesting because it didn't have the major parties weren't there, and the Times, the Newsnight programme offers the Times political editor was on, and he sort of summed it up, and it's good that I can quote someone else rather than just say it as mine. He goes, then it was like watching two bald men argue over a comb. They're both got 10% of the vote, and Liberals aren't going to give you a referendum, and you haven't got the power to. So it comes down to when the big fish get back in the pond, making sure they're doing the right thing for Britain and for Europe.
So what are the sort of things that you would like to start fighting for if you're elected in Europe? What are the sort of things that you feel you'll be representing your constituency about?
Well, I mean, the biggest region in the country is the Southwest, and the differences in that region are huge. From the Devon and Cornwall, it's a big common agricultural policy, fisheries policy, through to the technical, aerospace, defence in Bristol. It's a huge area, and I want to represent the region and Britain. But I think the Working Time Directive is huge. We need it to be not a reactionary block, but one that's right at the cutting edge and making the right decisions to benefit not just Britain but also Europe. And the reality is that you want to look at the people when the referendum comes around and says that it is a benefit for us to be in Europe, and at the moment, for 37 out of the 38 years we've been in the European Union, we've put more money in than we've got out, and that has to change.
Now, and just finally, we couldn't escape this day with it just being the day after the boat race yesterday. What did you think of that sort of clash, should we say?
In fairness, I'm sure I'm talking to someone who, come from this area, the right team won. It wasn't a clash, and the guy shouldn't have caught a crab then, because those are Oxfords, Cambridge's all those are Oxfords, that they were just caught a bit of dirty water off the Oxford oar, and that's the reality of it. It's not like a lot of the Olympic racing is done in buoyed lane, so you're separate from your opposition. There you are all fighting over one little bit of water, and there's going to be some contact, and if you can't cope with it, then that happens.
James, thanks very much indeed. Cheers.